Greetings one and all, welcome back to the channel. We are doing part number 15 of my Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars playthrough. We left George standing in a mausoleum in Spain. Whether or not we're still in that mausoleum is questionable, but that is where we are going to theoretically pick it up. If we're not in there, as always, I'll skip ahead back to where we were. If you want to see how I got to where we were, watch the previous episode and you'll see that we ended in the right place. So let's jump in. Please be in the mausoleum. He's in the mausoleum. Okay. We've got an open window. We've got the candle snuffer. We've got the candle which isn't lit. Oh, hello. What's that? Oh, Bible.
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum.
Borrowed. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
Well, I got a feeling I need to light it.
It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier.
Fire. There we go. Now what? Oh. Close the window. We need to close the window so that the draft doesn't get to it.
Hanging from the ceiling, it looked...
Okay.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, Now what? Feeling like an idiot.
Come on, Georgie boy, where's that? Is that it? Alright, okay. They changed the colour. Now what? Oh. That's a fast burning candle. Hello.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess, and had yielded up this, a complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
Key to what? The Countess might know. It's her house after all. Take your time, George, no rush.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it. What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right thing.
Right. Now what?
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
To the gardener. I don't think there's anything else really to speak to. Nope. Let us go and
I'll
track
have a look
down
around.
Lopez.
That's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Do you know what this is?
No, senor. Is it some kind of key?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Where did you get it?
It was hidden inside the big candle in the mausoleum.
And you burnt it? I wondered what the light was I saw through the window. My lady will be furious. The candle was centuries old.
Ah.
Okay, Lopez, calm it down. She knows. She knows.
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the De Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great! So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Well, that's not helpful.
You must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk
water
had a
dowsing.
secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dowsing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick, a Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See? Here. That is hazel.
Where? Oh, not actually pointed out there. Oh, there we go.
I went over to find a suitable stick. I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing. I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Ta-da! Okay, so back to Lopez for instructions.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
He's gonna fall in the well, isn't he?
Senor Stobart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now.
This isn't going to end well.
The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hand,
boy.
looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
Not exactly well concealed, is it?
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
Okay. So we can get out. But I'm more interested in that.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Signor Stopper! Signor Stopper! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Well, to be fair, that was a pretty decent trap. That catch a lot of people out. Okay. What's in the big hole?
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It was too dark to see, and I had to rely on touch. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
No. An old trick. I knew that mirror had to be for something.
I realized I could use the mirror to reflect the light from above. There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed. Now I knew what I was looking for. It only took a few moments to find it. And there it was, a worked socket, as smooth and perfect as if it had been carved only yesterday. I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the dials.
Hmm. Okay. No explanation? You're just gonna...
I must have made a mistake. The lock spun back to neutral and nearly took my fingers off. I was going to have to start from scratch again.
Hmm.
Damn!
Hmm. These are the numerals of that tomb.
I heard the sounds of the lock moving.
Uh-huh.
Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
Oh, not another mistake.
X. Oh, okay. For anybody watching, I'm not actually making magical lucky guesses. I did actually write this all down. I'm just trying to decipher my own writing. Oh,
Wrong again,
damn.
Stobart.
Okay, back to the start. This is going to take a while. It's an XIV. We can confirm that one. XX to XV. No, to VII. Blank. To X. Blank to 3. Blank to 1. X to B. Oh, it's X to VII, not X to V. What are you writing? X to II. Either that or it's an N, but I don't think there's an N on here, so it's definitely going to be II. double X to... Is that a V or a VI? I think that's a V, so please, please, please.
Oh, yes!
Well,
Bonus
hey.
points for that, I hope. I knew the old Stobart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
Right. Now what? Secret passage.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
George, welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, Josh.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, Josh.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
George found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the
George, grow
Latin
up.
phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much,
They've stopped painting
Kiss my
themselves
ass,
blue.
Nico.
except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Isetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in their wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was.
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
Okay. On a choo-choo train. Actually, I think that's pretty much where we'll call it. Hopefully, we will be able to continue this in the next episode. So, yeah, we'll stop it there. I think we're pretty much coming up to the end. So, fingers crossed, we'll be finishing this in the next episode. Good theory. So, thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Throw us a comment if you feel like it. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Other than that, guys, have yourself a fantastic day, and I will catch you all on the next one.